This lesson is on dimensional analysis. Dimensional analysis is a scientific and mathematical process of converting from one unit to another. You're going to ask yourself a series of questions. What unit do I have? What unit do I need? And what is my plan to get there? Let's get started. For instance, if I am asked how many seconds are in 3 days, I might not know off the top of my head how many seconds are in a day. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with days and break it down all the way into seconds using unit conversions. Each unit is going to be equivalent of 1. So every connection that I use, I need to make sure that the top and the bottom are the same so that I'm using a unit conversion. So if I start with 3 days, my next jump is going to be hours. So I need to make my plan before I get started. So we are going to go from day to hours to minutes, and then finally seconds. So my day conversion, I know that 1 day is equivalent to 24 hours. And I'm in hours. My next jump needs to be to minutes. So I need to figure out the connection between 1 hour and minutes, which is 60. I am now in minutes. And then finally, I jump from minutes to seconds. And I'm where I need to be. Notice that I've simplified all of these units out to 1. Day divided by day is going to be 1, hour divided by hour, and minute divided by minute, leaving me with 1 unit, which is seconds. Finally, I am going to use the operations of multiplication to figure out what my final answer is. Notice I have fractions with denominator of 1, so those ones are not going to come into play as of right now. So I can simply multiply 3 times 24 times 60 times 60, giving me that 3 days is 259,200 seconds. Next, we are going to convert 10,095 meters to miles. This connection or this conversion, I need to be given a few units. I'm not expected to know these. I will be given ones that connect from the empirical unit system to the metric conversions. One important connection is that 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeters. Another one I'll be using in this example is that 1 inch is equal to 2.54 centimeters. Again, this will be given to you. You will not be expected to memorize that. Before I start, I need to figure out what my process is going to be. I know that I'm starting with meters. And then I notice meters here, so I'm going to jump because I'm given the connection to centimeters. And then I know centimeters is here, so then I'm going to jump from there to inches. I don't have any more connections, but I can think, okay, if I'm ending up in miles, I can go 1 bigger, which is feet, and then finally I will be in miles. Okay, let's get started. So we will have 10,095 meters. Like I said, our first connection will be to centimeters, so we're going to use this. Meters goes on the bottom. 100 centimeters on the top. Now I'm in centimeters. My next jump will be to inches. So I'm going to put the centimeters diagonal. So 2.54 centimeters is 1 inch. Next, I will be moving into feet. I know that my connection is 12 inches. It's 1 foot. And then finally, 5,280 feet are in 1 mile. This time I will need to use fractions because I have denominators that are not 1. So as I go through this process, I'm going to multiply 10,095 times 100 times, this is where the fraction is going to come in, 1 over 2.54 times 1 over 12 times 1 over 5,280. Giving me 6.27 miles. Now I'm going to give you 2 examples to try.
For this first example, hopefully you were able to figure out the connection between seconds and years. You should go from seconds to minutes, minutes to hours, hours to days, and days to years. I've set it up so that it's easier for you to see the connections, and then we'll go ahead and fill them in. So like I said, we're starting with seconds. We know that there are 60 seconds in 1 minute, 60 minutes in 1 hour, 24 hours in 1 day, and then 365 days in 1 year. As we go through, we are simplifying the units diagonally, leaving us with the unit that we were wanting to get at the end. Then I'm going to go ahead and multiply these. These are the opposite than the last few examples because they are fractions. So we're going to go ahead and multiply all of the fractions times 1 over 60 times 1 over 60 times 1 over 24 times 1 over 365. Giving me 0.017 years. This final example, we are starting in ounces. We are given 2 connections and we're trying to finish up in milligrams. So this is a little bit easier because we were given ounces, we were given an ounce to gram connection and a gram to milligram. So we have everything we need in the problem. With that being said, we are going to connect through the first conversion. 1 ounce is 28.35 grams, and then 1 gram is 1,000 milligrams. This example, we do not have any fractions, so we don't have anything in the denominator, so we can simply multiply 624 times 28.35 times 1,000, giving us 17,690,400 milligrams. Hope this helped.